poetic writing, and I wrote it today. It says, in silence, where shadows grow, men's carry burdens they rarely show. A weight on their shoulders, a storm in their chest, but to suffer alone is not the best option. Strength is in silence, not holding it in. True courage is where healing begins. It's okay to falter, to stumble, to fall, but to reach for a hand where the walls feel too tall. Don't let the silence in your voice. Speak out, stand strong, and make the choice. Find light in life's path. For there is no shame in needing a friend. The strongest men are those who say, I'm struggling, but I'll find a way. You are not alone, and not alone in your fight. There is power in seeking help, in finding light. Reach out, speak up, break the chain. Healing is possible. True strength is knowing you don't have to bear the weight of the world alone. Hashtag men's mental health. Hashtag no health or wealth without mental health.
Can we give Julius Kuti a very, very, very warm welcome? Makofi mazuri. Now I have Tony.
Hello guys, my name is Tony Karani. Julius is my friend. Copy Julius is my friend, yeah, and I would like to encourage you in your field. So I'm a professional forex trader. I'm a profitable forex trader. So nilikuwa nimekuja ku attend Jkuat-Edge career fair. Nikaona pia that's an opportunity. So I am doing banking and finance that year. So I will urge like you guys, kama mimi jipanga, as I finish my course in banking, I am planning to specialize in forex. So now forex is something that you can do. You don't need, as long as you have the skill, you don't need to be employed even. You don't need traditional way of employment. So ningependa, if anybody is interested, naweza ni dive. I do mentorships for my classmates, for my friends, and my goal is to start a school of forex after here. Sitaki kuwa employed in the banking sector. So as we talk about the Jkuat career fair, you can start thinking on your career. Forex is a career, it's a business that you do. So if you have any inquiries, you can reach out to me.
Use this one. You don't use this one. Wow. So, how is everybody? Let me remove my military cape. No. Just trying to mtu anaweza ogopa. You have to be happy. But happiness is free. Happiness is free. Okay. So, hivi hapa tuja kusana na mtu asubuhi ya leo. Everybody like this. Wow. You just look so marvelous. You look so good. Well, Elisha ananiambia nichekeshe, and literally I don't know how to chekesha watu, but so this is what we are going to do. So that I should not be seen as a failure, I want us to laugh. Yeah, I just want us to laugh. You know, when you are giving a role, you must eat, right? Sindio? No, let us communicate. Si ukipewa kazi lazima ufanye. Yes. So I want us to rise up. Yeah, kind of. Yes. Let's rise up. Yeah, so yes, nice, everybody. We are so good. So, career, many people have various careers. So, okay, so this is what we are going to do. I'm brought here for one good function. To make you do what? Come on, tell me, to make you do what? Yes, to make you do that. So I'm not going to say anything, but I'd wish us. I don't have to, but I'd wish us to do what? To laugh. Okay. So In the count of 3, we burst. Yes, the thing was laughing. That was what we were supposed to do. So, in a dependence, so we will start this side. We answer this side. So I count 1, 2, 3, and everybody laugh. If you don't laugh, you are dancing. So you choose 2. Sawa. Yes. And you laugh, which is sweet. Now you don't just laugh. Unaweza cheka na kizungu, but sawa. So let's, okay, so you can see most ladies here, so we explain like something like that. Okay. Yeah, nice. So 1, 2, 3. Well, so like people laugh like that. No, let's just okay. Okay, for those who have funny boyfriends and girlfriends, ukichekesha unachekanga hivyo. Let us be honest, ukichekesha unachekanga hivyo. No. Let us just laugh. A laugh that is okay. So we are okay, now you laugh. Hey, wanaume, laugh bwana, cheka. When you know these men are very funny. One day there's a friend of mine called Mugala. So Mugala one day wanted a girl. So now you see, now you wanted a lady which have got it very bad. Now you see men with heavy things. You don't have time to waste. So this lady was saying, so the lady told him that, in his life, he believes that he is the way he is. And this lady now, I even told the lady, sir, now you should tell our guy here that he's handsome. Now the lady told him, and you are handsome. Now he had some beards there like mine, which are kama ile yetu ya Daudi akasema nilikuwa kijana sasa mimi ni mzee. You know them? When you are not on TikTok. So akaambiwa kwa you are handsome. Let me tell you the guy that I'm going to the guy laugh. The guy just said, that is what I want us to do. Now assume ukiambiwa kitu kama how will you express yourself? By the way. So how will you express yourself? By a laugh. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. And if we continue with this pace, I don't think if Kenya will be a first world country. Because we are only going to anything you do to your level best. Okay, so the bigger team is here. So the bigger team. So now you see people you are big. Leave those ones. In fact, so the bigger team is here. I want us to laugh. Then we sit down. We laugh, then we sit down. Then I tell you one life experience why I decided that I'll take my career seriously. And I want to appreciate. So we are laughing, then we sit down. Tumesikia wale ambao, so it is a laughing competition. Tumesikia jinsi wale ambao wale wamecheka. The best team, na wanunulia, what can I buy for you? The best team, wanunulia lunch. Pesa hii. Now me, I don't cry. I don't cry my body. So we are going to laugh. Okay, 1. So, you cannot laugh with your mouth. So just make a smile first. A smile. To a man on nje. Doesn't matter the condition of the team. But just do it. Your personal things. Like it's personal. Nini. Just okay, sawa. So 1, 2, 3. Continue laughing. Let's just, that is so, na hiyo ni kidogo sana. Haya, 1, 2, 3. Hey. What? Let us have a seat. So clap for yourself for laughing. Clap for yourself for laughing. That was nice. Haya. Nani hajacheka? Who has not laughed? The one who hamjacheka nyinyi, the one on the mask. You've laughed. You've not laughed. Okay, so just remain there, please. I want to give you now you see you are the people of coming. See, you can remove mask small. Now you don't want beautiful face. Hey, now you people, you are making market become tough nowadays. So just rise up. Kidogo. I want to make you laugh. Manade, see. So no, please, my sister. Just okay, I'll pay you standing services. Oh, now standing now, which you now, you people, you are, why are you like, hey? Or you stand? How? Yeah, just stand. I'll pay. Lunch on me. Me, I told you I don't cry my body. Okay, so, yes, so we are going to laugh. Yeah. So I make a joke, and then you laugh. Okay, so the rule of the game, you laugh. Okay, yes. Even if it is a dry joke, you just laugh. The rule of the game was laughing. So we are going to laugh. So if in the count of 3, you laugh. Okay. You wait first, I've not counted. Why are you extremely happy? Okay, nice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So, got to chini anyway. Now you say this world, now you don't. Anyway, so guys, yesterday I was on the social media and I checked on something. There is this guy trending. I want us to, by the history lazima tupige. There is this guy trending. Who knows where I'm going to? So there is this minister of finance trending. The John Mbadi of a certain country. How many people have heard of such a thing? Acheni kujifanya, to be honest. Acheni kujifanya. The pretense in Africa is not giving. So there is this guy, I don't know the name. Sijui kama niko na picha yake. So, lakini maisha, now let us just be serious sometimes. So this is a minister. And you people, you say, Juja, sijui Juja watu wanagongeana nini? So how many people read the story of this guy? Wangapi walisoma by a show of hands, so that we go on the same page. I don't want you to come up with a story and you say now, he cooked up something. How many people? So now you go and read the story. Then the guy who united Africans with 400 people. The guy plus 400 others. You read it? Uliona? So uliona? Somebody told me that is his role model. And the friend is from Juja. Anyway, so that is that. So my main role was to make you laugh. And I want you to connect the family line so that you can know where I come from. I don't like telling people that, I'm from Sijui where. Now you say that is not, you'll say that I'm bragging. I don't just want to brag. I want to tell you my family line. So, the sister to my grandmother, be very keen. The sister to my grandmother is of the Indian descent. Wait, what? Joti Nyasaye, tuko pamoja? Watumishi wa Bwana. We are together? Yes. So the sister to my grandmother had a boyfriend from, nilisema wapi? India. Sawa sawa. Sasa shosho yangu akagongea sistake. Yes, don't worry. Now it's my family. Don't whistle. Now my family. Those are family issues. So shosho yangu akagongea sistake. Then after kugongea sistake, there was a product that came. So because my grandmother now was from now Kenya. She was a Kenyan. But now you see those days when people were trading, or people go here and there. So that is when the boyfriend came to visit the sister of my grandmother. Na sister wa shosho yangu akagongewa. And gave birth to my mother. Tumeshafika kwa my mother. Sawa sawa. So tuache hapo. My mother. Tuache hapo. Tumeshafika kwa my mother. I'm just trying to bring for you my family line. So that, you don't say, I brag. Then, to my father now. So, during the slave trade, those period, my grandfather went to a certain sherehe, now in the village square. A certain sherehe. Now there was child for chief. Mtoto wa chief. Wa hiyo kijiji yetu. Then mtoto wa chief, hiyo siku alikuwa nini? Kuna venye alirombosea nini gukangu akamnice. Nataka muelewe, si ndio? Alafu sasa mtoto wa chief, kuna siku moja chief na mtoto wake na one of the village elders walikuja kwa guka yangu. Guka yangu kuona hivyo, na mtoto wa chief alikuwa ameshiba, and it is 8 a.m. in the morning. So even the chief was wondering now which kind of hiyo ni kushiba ina gani. So akaenda. My grandfather ran away, akaenda hadi those days where the, unajua huko side za Muranga, where the, see hapo nilikuwa naeka the pineapple evil, see you remember? Those who did history. Sasa. Now those days when the Del Monte farm was being made. So guka yangu akaenda huko. Kufika huko kwa sababu hii kitu ni Adamu, kuna saa wazungu walikuwa wanakuja wanapanda mahindi, sawa sawa. So akaenda ye pia in the spirit of kugongea, akagongea mzungu mwingine. Alikuwa amewekwa kama security guard. Akagongea mzungu mwingine. And brought a product which happened, no kama gukangu, then the product. Are people following or you are wondering? Because are you people following? Then after that, my father, now being born like that, went and found my mother in their own way. So, which origin am I from? Well, now, where do I originate? Anybody who heard that story, where do I originate now? Who am I? Am I a Kenyan, Indian, UKian? Anybody? Now let me just remove money so that you talk. Anybody? I buy lunch. Ngoja, niona pesa. Ngoja kidogo. So, iko kwa simu. Na pia niko na ingine hapo. Unajua mnanionanga tu kama nini yenu. Si mnajua kitu mnaonanga nayo watu kama. Should I even say? So I have here. So which origin am I? Gani? Boss. Which one? Si ungetu call. Mayai. Mayai medu? So I'm from Mayai. Hey. Okay. Okay, so just because Ugongiana was involved now, I'm from the egg. Hey. So I was hatched. Because my father was a result of Gongea ring, my mother also a result of Gongea ring. And now that one was my grandmother. Now you see Gongea ring was in the family lineage. So I'm from Mayai. So I'm a Mayaian. Any other person? I have money, by the way. Msidhani, I don't always. Nani tena? Amesema I'm from Mayai. So pia unataka kunigonga. Why are you like, hey? Now you see the reason why now parents bring their children to Juja and he knows very well that my children are safe. Any other person? I have money here, or should I count so that you see? You people just look me like Nini. You are Nini. Excretory organ. So, yes, I have money here. Let me just return because now you've decided in Nama while big people are sawa. Sijui mnatakanga nini wa Afrika. Sijui mnatakanga nini. Let me some big money behind the back of my phone. Pesa ngapi? Ni ngapi? Hello for donge. Aya. Nani anataka hii? Free. Ni bad. Ni inatoka wapi? So you people, now I'm telling you. Now you see when person come from such places, now you see that's why me and business is well. Sawa sawa. So, yes, now you see never wanted to reply. Nimetoa pesa zingine, amtaki. Nimetoa tena zingine, amtaki. You must be an opportunist. Okay. Aya. We are talking about career. And I also started my career in football. Why are you laughing? I started my career in football. I have been a footballer during, those days, our football was not like your football. Those days I could go to the field, and if I just play once, me, even the sub-county team nimechezea. So, and I started, there's somebody once told me, now you see this issue of love, whatever, now you see those things are scam. True or false? Huh? True or false? Love is scam. True or false? True. Let me tell you an incident. There was a day that Liverpool was playing against Manchester United. So this day, my friends called me. But I must also issue my gratitude to the female counterparts. So this day, my friend called me and told me that, oh, mzee, tokea, those days containers was operating. The children who came yesterday, you may not know. But containers was operating. And now he told me, you come to containers, we watch game. Now you see Manu, now before to chase the game, lazima to brag. Like, lazima. Sijui yo, unaona nini, kama juzi, wamedraw, ati hawawezi tupiga bila coach. Let us just be serious. For the Manchester United fans, but I know you. So this day, Manu was beaten 7-0. Na mnajua hii siku. So hii siku, what happened? They don't say love is scam. So this day, I was still young, by the way, and I had a certain girl who was calling herself my girlfriend. Now she was the one, I never called her. She's the one who was calling herself my girlfriend. Now you see, if person now decide to call herself like that, will you deny? So you just accept now, because if you don't, they'll say, you are violating female rights and whatever. Me things for women, So now there is this girl. Then first years wengine wameingia. So kuna first year. Nilisema ati first year nitaenda niongee na yeye mwanaume kwa mwanamke ili tuelewane. Nilikuwa siku ya game ya Man U. So I said, you have been following this girl each and every day. But this girl is not giving in. This girl is not, nafanya kila kitu. Those days I even used to dress nicely and ensure that I bathe every day. Going against the men's laws. Brocods, haribu. Kama usiwahi haribu brocod, it will haunt you. Niliharibu ingine ya kuoga kila siku na kufuata wanawake. So I decided to risk. So I risked. Yes. And so you siku ya game, you think, akanisema ati tupatane. Wangapi wanajua Citadel? Yes. So mnajua Citadel pale iko. So tukaenda, nikanambia tupatane Citadel. That day, hadi rent nikasema ati dem leo anakubali. Because now kama dem unafuata na akasema ati where are you? Nakwambia ati ukuje. Mwanaume, what is the expectation? Si nimegonga. Sasa mimi nikafurahia hapo nikajijaza. Oh, I'm going. That day, now my friends are calling me. Uko wapi, game imeanza? And I was not responding. The reason why I was not responding is because I had found person. Now it happens that I went. And we talked. And by the way, ladies, let me warn you this. All of us are using blood just like you. All of us are using oxygen just like you. And please, for the sake of humanity, your respect ikuange. Remember, you were created after we had stayed for some time. Sawa. To be continued. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much. Hebu tuweze kumpigia makofi. Thank you so much. Mr. Midodo, comrade. He's the president of class reps and school representatives. I want to ask the students who are behind, kindly fill the seats in front of you. The VC and the chief guest will be arriving in 10 minutes. Then we start our program. So all students that are outside, kindly let's come in. And we are humbled. We have some of our distinguished guests. We have David Ndegwa, the managing director of Talazi Limited. Hebu tumpigie makofi. So, most welcome, Bwana CEO. Feel most welcome. When appropriate time comes, you will talk to us. We also have Madam Vicky Karuga, the managing director, who has come to present to us powerful presentations that is going to benefit all of us. So, Madam Karuga, when time comes, you will say hi to us and present to us. We also have Alistine Ojiambo from Crown Healthcare. I think they have the exhibition out there. When we finish this one, you'll be able to go and visit some of our exhibitions. At the same time, we also have Madam Mwaniki from Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, who is also here, and they'll be able to make a presentation to us. Now, our program, you've realized that we are running late, and so we may not be having some presentations as per the program, but they will be slotted in as we go by. For now, we are waiting for the Vice Chancellor and the Chief Guest and the DVCs to find their way in the Assembly Hall, and then we begin our program. So, before that, niko na wasanii wawili hapa, Alex and watajitambulisha. They give us a very brief entertainment as we wait for the VC to walk in anytime from now. Haya, wasanii.
Saseni, kwa best, Jkuat-Edge, kwani mniongeleshi. Nataka kuwapiga tu ka stand up comedy kadogo. Mkikosa kucheka ni sawa, mkicheka ni sawa. Ama aje? Mko fiti? Wale msikose kucheka. Heriadi mfake, sawa? Heriadi mfake walai. Tunaanza, si ndio? Tunaanza. Sijui sasa mnagoja nianze aje. Okay. Sijui kama mshaiona venye motivational speakers work. Anakuanga amejibebea vitu zake zote. Ngoje uone. Motivational speaker akitaka ingia kazi lazima akuwe na njari kama hii. Alafu kuna venye behave bado. Lazima akuwe na katai bado. Lazima akuwe na katai. So unasikianga. Alafu kuna ile, by the way, we DJ kama unaweza pata emotional beat. Juu lazima akimotivate kuwe na emotional beat. Unaona ameanza hivi. Amedunga suti moja safi, lakini kitu ana motivate hana. Naweza kuja hapa ni motivate wenye mtabai gari, lakini sina, nimefungiwa nyumba. So unaona hivi. Si kama tunaweza pata beat. Tukiweza pata beat fulani cool, beat fulani imetulia, like anakujanga hivi. Especially wa high school, juu wanakuanga wakiwa motivate wenye wataingia campus. Unaonanga Kwa majina yangu naitwa Daniel Masharia. Na sana sana anakuanga alumni wa hiyo shule. So unasikianga, kwa majina naitwa Daniel Masharia, nimesomea hapa, nilikuwa lazima ataje daro fulani, yenye unasikianga nilikuwa nasomea ile form 1 North, nikaenda form 2 North, nikaenda form 3 North. But let me tell you one thing, lazima ataje mwalimu fulani mwenye alikuanga hatari. So unaonanga, same example, huyu ni ule mwalimu anakuanga hatari, ule mwenye alikuwa ametambuka. So lazima atataja huyo mwalimu ndo atishe. Lakini sasa kuna ile momentum fulani akikaa mko advice nayo anakuanga nayo. Unasikianga, let me tell you one thing. Campus, university, it is everyone's goal. So unasikianga momentum ikiingia pale, lazima aende na ile emotion yake. I just want to take this opportunity kuwakaribisha siku ya leo. Ningetaka kumshukuru mwalimu ambaye amenipia hii opportunity. I have done masters. 1 2. Nimefanya master, nimefanya degree, nilianza na diploma. Na acha nikwambie wewe mtu wa C minor, acha nikwambie unaweza fikisha B+. Wewe unajua tu mwenyewe. Mtu asemangi, mtu ikikaa pole pole, pole.
Our chief guest has just arrived. Should we all be upstanding as we... Karibu sana, karibu sana. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Robert Burale, mwenyewe. Umsiani weingo. Wewe mwenyewe. Karibu sana. Most welcome. Thank you very much, Dr. Joan. Karibu sana. Asante, karibu. As I told you, in the next 5 minutes, we shall be having the Vice Chancellor of the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Will be flanked by our DVCs, Academic Affairs, DVC, Administration and Finance, and Principals. Once she finds her way in, then we shall begin our program. Hebu tuweze kupongeza wale wasanii wametoka hapa. Wameenda wapi? They have just disappeared. All students that are outside, kindly find your way in the assembly hall, because we shall be starting as soon as the VC finds her way in the assembly hall. So all students who are outside, kindly find your way inside the assembly hall. At the same time, the students who are inside the hall, who are seated at behind, kindly, may you occupy the seats in front of you. Or also we look for a translator. We can get a translator from the areas you're coming on. DJ Mziki, as we wait for the VC to
Morning, comrades. How are you? I hope you're all fine. So I'm Lilian Mugala. I'm currently a final year here at Jkuat in my 5.2, fifth year, second semester. Just left with a month to finish my studies. So I want to give you a brief story of how my journey in Jkuat has been. Before that, I was in Boni Girls in Makueni County. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to, I wanted to be an engineer. That is all I wanted, but I didn't.
The VC is walking in 2 minutes. So let us be on standby to receive her with hearty claps as she walks in. Lillian, I think you will continue later. Madam VC, there she is. Can we clap kindly as we receive our Vice Chancellor, Professor Victoria Wambui-Ngumi. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Madam Vice Chancellor, thank you so much. Most welcome to be with us today. Karibu sana. Karibu, karibu, karibu. Karibu, karibu sana, Madam VC. Thank you so very much for finding time to be with us today. We know you have a very tight schedule, but we appreciate for your love and kindness. Now we go straight to our program. And so we have the University Students Choir in front of us to give us the Kenya National Anthem, 1 verse, East African Anthem, 1 verse, and the Jkuat Anthem, 1 verse. Thereafter, I shall call upon Professor Gidiri, the Deputy Dean of Students, to make a prayer, and then we shall continue with our program. The University Choir for the Kenya National Anthem. Let us all be upstanding for the anthems.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pastor Jkuat. Thank you.
Director Joseph Kinyua. At this point in juncture, I call upon Professor John Githiri, the Deputy Dean of Students, to come and make a prayer.
So let us pray. Father, in Jesus' name, we want to thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for even bringing us together here to be in one accord. Even as we start this great occasion towards our career fair, we want to thank you for the blessings that you have given us, even the gift of life, and everything else, and the strength even to come and to congregate here. We pray that you are going to guide our steps in everything that we are going to do towards this career fair. I pray that you are going to be glorified in everything that we do. As we start, even with the speeches, we want to thank you for our leadership. Thank you even for our guests. Thank you for everybody who will present or even train our students. We want to speak special blessings. We want to pray even for the students that they are going to benefit out of it all, and you shall be glorified in everything. We commit everybody who is coming, who has not come. Give them journey mercies. We commit all the 3 days that, Lord God, you shall order our steps. We give you praise and all glory, for we pray this in Jesus' name, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
Thank you very much, Professor John Githiri, the Deputy Dean of Students, for that wonderful prayer. Our program begins the Vice Chancellor of the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Professor Victoria Ngumi, the Dean of Students, Professor Wanzala, our chief guest, Israel Robert Burale, the Deputy Dean of Students, Professor Gidhiri, Dr. Joanne, Director Communications, Madam VC, with your permission, with us we have been flanked with CEOs and managing directors from various organizations, and with your permission, kindly allow me just to mention them, and then again with your permission, after I've mentioned them, I will kindly ask if you give us 5 minutes for the university choir to give us one entertainment, then now we'll fall back to the program. With us here we have Vicky Karuga, the Managing Director, Profiles International East Africa. Madam Vicky, maybe wherever you are, you will just, we also, thank you. Tumpigie makofi. We also have David Ndegwa, Managing Director, Talazi Limited. Ndegwa, kindly. Asante sana. We have Alistin Ojambo of Crown Healthcare. I think he's at the exhibition trying to put up their exhibition. We have Madam Monica from Kenyatta University, Teaching and Referral. Yes, thank you so much, the guests, for coming to join us in this wonderful function. Feel at home, feel at Jkuat. Now, I will be asking the Jkuat choir to take up the stage to give us one number, and then from there, we move on. The Jkuat choir, kindly on stage, give us one entertainment song, and then after that, we proceed with our program. Asante sana. Now, students who are seated behind, kindly, you may occupy the seats that are in front of you. The Jkuat choir, give us one entertainment song, and then we proceed from there.
Leo ni siku muhimu kweli, na wanafunzi wameungana, tunawashukuru wafadhili, tunasema asante sana. Mungu Mwenyezi na inaweza tumeona, semeni mbele tunajia taeneo, semeni mbele Mungu bariki kariani, semeni mbele na ubariki chuo chetu, semeni mbele wanapiki duniani, ninahitaji somi walio na karia, uongozi bora, sasa tufanye kweli, urithi wetu, tufanikishe karia zetu, uti wa mgongo na innovation tumeona, semeni mbele teknolojia itaenea, semeni mbele Mungu bariki karia hii, semeni mbele
Hiyo makofi haitoshi. I know they deserve better clap more than that. The Jkuat choir presented us very well at the Kenya Music Festival in Eldoret, and we scooped quite a good number of trophies. And so it's a choir that is taking us to places. They are the Jkuat ambassadors. Tuwapongeze tena makofi. Now at this juncture, I will be bringing in Professor Frida Wanzala, the Dean of Students, to give us our remarks, and from there to guide us to the next speaker. Dean of Students, Professor Wanzala. Tumpongeze anapokuja. Asante sana, Madam Dean. Tunashukuru na karibu. Which one do you prefer?
Thank you. Which one is okay? Is this one? No?
Yeah, this one is better.
Yeah, I think I'd rather use this one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Victoria Ngumi, our Chief Guest, Mr. Israel Robert Burale, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, who will be here in the next few minutes, college principals, deans and directors, distinguished university staff, student leaders, all students present, industry leaders, all protocols observed, good morning. It's my great honor to have all of you with us here this morning. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this official launch of the Jkuat-Edge program that starts with our Career Fair 2024, which we are celebrating today. This year's theme, Nurturing Careers for Sustainable Development, speaks directly to our collective ambition to create prosperous future for our graduates. The EDGE program, EDGE is an acronym for Engage, Develop, Grow, and Entrepreneurship, which reflects our commitment to supporting students' transition from academic life to professional world. The path Engage invites our students to connect with the industry experts, peers, and mentors to collaborate. Then in Develop, equips them with the vital technical and interpersonal skills. Grow encourages our students to unlock their potential and find career paths that align with their strengths. And entrepreneurship inspires innovative thinking and entrepreneurial mindsets. This program's key objective is to bridge the gap between academic and practical application. It has a series of 7 key activities that will take place throughout the year. And we want to set, with all this, we want to set a foundation for career success for our students. These activities include the career fair, which we are celebrating today, where networking will open doors for future career opportunities, as well as focus on optimizing LinkedIn profiles of our students to attract recruiters and industry leaders. There will also be sessions for creating job-ready resumes or CVs, cultivating future-focused skills like critical thinking and digital literacy, and supporting women in STEM to empower the next generation. We also have the leadership labs that will give our students a platform to work on impactful projects tied to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and finally, career personality. This will help our students align their individual strengths with fulfilling career paths. Allow me to give you a little background of this Edge mentorship program. Last year, as a part of our commitment to serving our students and helping them to develop soft skills, we conducted a survey among the clubs and societies in the university. Our aim was to understand how best we can support the operations and the growth of the clubs and societies. The students voiced a strong desire for activities, mentorship activities, including career fairs, which we are doing today, charitable work, outreach programs, networking events, and youth empowerment initiatives. This feedback has been very invaluable in shaping the Edge program, ensuring that it resonates with the actual needs and aspirations of our students. At this juncture, allow me to give a heartfelt thank you to the University Management Board and the Senate, led by our visionary Vice Chancellor, Professor Ngumi. Thank you for your support. Also to our dedicated university staff. For us to have come this far with this program, It is a culmination of many activities, a lot of consultation among different staff. So thank you very much for your contribution. I also extend, on behalf of the department and on my own behalf, our heartfelt gratitude to our industry partners, including Right for the World, CIC Insurance, Sanlam Insurance, and many, including the ones our two partners here represent. Thank you very much for your tireless support that has made today this celebration a great success. Together, we are building a future of opportunities and success for our students. With that, allow me to invite the DVC, RPE, Engineer Dr. Nderito, to come and give his remarks and also introduce our Vice Chancellor, who will launch the Edge program and the Career Fair 2024, and at the same time welcome our chief guest, Mr. Israel Robert Burare, to inspire us all with his keynote address. Welcome, Engineer Nderito. Thank you very much, all of you, for your attention.
Thank you very much. Dean of Students, Professor Wazala, asante sana, karibu.
The Vice Chancellor, our Chief Guest, Mr. Israel Robert Burare, the DVCs who are here, other guests from industry, the Dean of Students. I know there could be directors, deans, and chairmen, the students. Good morning. Mine is just to appreciate the Dean of Students for preparing this and her team, her office for preparing this event. I remember it has gone through a series of approval processes and it finally came to fruition. Again, to appreciate the Vice Chancellor for approving this. Without her goodwill, it would not have been possible. I remember it came up at the University Management Board, and the Dean of Students was very passionate, pushing that the university needs to have a career fair. Could be the first one, I believe, or it could be a second one, but it's a very exciting moment for students to learn from industry players, industry partners, people who are on the other side, where we are wishing and dreaming to go as students. So take advantage of this moment, engage the industry players, ask questions, engage with them, all the fears that you are having. Try to get clarifications and questions answered. And I normally see our chief guest only on television, so I'm also very happy today to see him physically. I am able now to match what I see on the television. And he is a renowned influencer, motivator. I believe there is a lot that we can learn from him today. Aside from that, is just to mention that several years ago, many years ago, I was at the same level where you are. Okay? And I had so many questions about life after university training. I could hear the ones who finished a few years earlier. 844 had just begun. The 844 that is ending had just begun, and there were two groups that were ahead of us. Yeah. So when they started clearing, of course, there was a gap between the old system and the new system, which took longer in the university. The old system, students used to take in engineering 3 years. The new system, they were to take 5 years. So you can imagine the industry had to wait for a whole 2 years. And lucky enough for Jkuat, we were ahead of the other universities. So we were the first one to release the first lot of 844 students. And they got very nice jobs. By the time the other universities, particularly in engineering, had a chance of releasing students, we had consumed the space, and students were also changing jobs. So it put a lot of pressure on us wishing to finish and complete and go and earn a lot of money. That time when you hear a graduate is earning 25,000, it used to look like a lot of money. Yeah? You think of in the 90s, yeah? I'll buy a television set. You're not even remembering about buying a bed and watch World Cup in the room. Then later I can accumulate some money to buy the other things. So then, of course, after some time, we had so many other universities releasing students, yeah? And then the competition began for the very few spaces that were there, yeah? So then what now mattered was how you sell yourself, how you market yourself. And I'm sure you have come across soft skills, yeah? Within the university life, you'll hear about soft skills and of course the hard skills, the training that we shall give you as engineers, as medical students, as social scientists, as agricultural students. There's the hard skills that we'll give you, yeah? But the soft skills, and I'm sure that is what you come across, are very important, okay? How have you developed yourself in terms of leadership? Yeah? Have you been, whenever we are electing a student, a class rep, have you been among the ones that volunteers? Of course, there are so many opportunities of leadership. If you are not, there can only be one class rep, but you remember there could be also an assistant class rep. And also an engineering college like ours has student organizations. So you'll hear Society of Marine Students, Society of Engineering Students, architecture students have opportunities. So take advantage of this, because this is what will come out in your CV, that I was in charge of English or outreach. I was in charge of publications. Yeah? So these are opportunities to develop. I was in charge of a particular program. I was representing a particular program in a student society. Yeah? Take advantage of this, because it not only develop your leadership skills, but also your capacity to solve problems. Yeah? Your team working ability, among others. And I believe this is what will come out from our speakers. So without taking much of the time and giving my experiences, I can take this opportunity to invite the Vice Chancellor to come and give her remarks and also encourage our students.
Shall we all welcome our Vice Chancellor as she takes the podium? Tusimame sote, tusimame kwa heshima ya our Vice Chancellor Professor Victoria Wambui Ngumi. Asante sana, Madam.
Okay, please have your seats. Our chief guest, Mr. Robert Burale, the Dean of Students and your team, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, RPE, who is here, distinguished guests, all of you who are here, our staff present, student leaders who are here with us, all students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. May I from the onset begin by expressing my warm gratitude to all the stakeholders who have worked tirelessly to make this day a reality. And I really want to recognize our Dean of Students. She was very sold to this idea, and she had to convince a lot of people, including management and Senate. And she did a great job for you students. And by the time you see us here today, we were also very supportive. And we are excited that it is taking place. So today we celebrate a key milestone as we launch the EDGE. That is Engage, Develop, Grow Entrepreneurship programs at Jkuat. And as the DVC RPE has rightly said, even if you see us standing here and all the staff who are here, we went through what you're going through, students. We were in university doing our undergraduate programs, and we were not sure what next after we graduate. This is a stage in life which all students go through. But this is the beginning of a journey that aims to nurture entrepreneurial talent, inspire ideas, and equip the next generation of innovators with skills that will transform their lives and shape their future of our society. The EDGE program is more than just a name. It's a commitment to engage, develop, and grow the potential that lies in each and every one of us. The world is constantly evolving with technological advances, and I can tell you that when we were in university, the kind of technology you have now as students, the computers that you have, that each and every one of you walks around with a laptop, with a phone, smartphone that can do anything for you. The new idea of AI, those are things that were not there when we were in school, but they are coming up when you're there. So these are advancements. There's also social changes. There are economic shifts, redefining what it means to succeed. In such an environment, the role of a university is not limited to imparting knowledge. It's about creating opportunities, inspiring innovations, and empowering students to turn challenges into opportunities. So again, I'll say something small about during our time. We learned a lot of knowledge was imparted to us. But I think that was like a full stop. But we realize today, as professors in universities, that this is not enough. We must look at our graduates, the graduate of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, and see how we can make that graduate more competitive out there in the world. When I talk to students, I always say Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology is a brand. It is a brand. And I always say, as you walk around as students of JKUAT, you should walk tall. You should walk with confidence. And you must protect our brand. And this is important because when you graduate and when you go out there, then you have already moved a step forward compared to some of the other universities because you're coming from a brand university. I've graduated from Jkuat with a degree of engineering, with a degree of science, with a degree of IT. And the employer will turn again and look at you and say, yes, this university is a university that I'd like to have in my organization. But you must, students, you must protect your brand. What the Dean of Students and her team and academic division have done today is to create an opportunity for you to develop yourself further. You'll engage with organizations out there in the field. You'll ask them questions. You will learn how you can better yourself so that you even become a better competitor when you go out there and you're competing for jobs or competing for opportunities. I can tell you our students are going out there, they are going to compete in things like Hawaii. I think the DVCs are now here. I recognize DVC, Administration and Finance, Karibu. They go out there, they compete globally, and we become number one globally. Can we give ourselves a clap? Number one in ICT matters. We go out there, we compete in hackathons to do with engineering or to do with business programs or science or health or even law. And we become number one. So there must be something. And what we are saying, we want to make that thing which the professor gives you in the classroom, we want to make it even better. So entrepreneurship is about resilience, creativity, and courage. Courage to look at the world differently and believe that you can make a difference. And through Edge, we are stepping into this ecosystem by embracing entrepreneurship as a fundamental part of our mission. Edge stands for engage, develop, and grow entrepreneurship. Each of these words captures a core element of our mission. Engage. Our program will foster deep connections between students, faculty, and industry experts by bringing together a wide array of minds, skills, and experiences. We can create a vibrant ecosystem of learning that transcends the classroom. Students, this is your chance to engage directly with the world of business, to ask questions, learn from mentors, and understand the real challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Let's look at develop. Edge is built on the belief that education should not only inform, but also transform. Through hands-on workshops, skills training, and experiential learning opportunities, we will provide you with the practical skills needed to start and sustain a business. We want to help you turn your ideas into actionable plans and your passions into sustainable ventures. Let's look at grow. Our program is dedicated to helping you grow, both as entrepreneurs and individuals. We aim to provide resources that will help your ventures take off. from funding opportunities to mentorship programs and market linkages. We want to see your ideas grow into real impactful solutions that benefit both you and the broader community. And in fact, just this morning, I was just talking to our director in charge of intellectual property, because as you know, in this university, we believe in innovations and research and innovation. It is in our vision, it is in our mission. And I want to thank not only the professors, but even our students, because we can see our students innovating, coming up with great innovations, great solutions to societal problems. And I'm very happy that our director of IP is quickly taking up these innovations and taking them for patenting. As I talk to you today, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology has got the highest number of patents amongst all universities. We have 16 patents. The second behind us has got 7 patents. And this morning, as I was discussing with him, some of those patents are from students. Some of them are such great patents, like the walking stick. I think Professor Ikua and Engineer Nderito, you know about it. The walking stick, which can be used by blind people. And it helps them see. They are able to see. So they know that they should walk in that direction. And they walk in an innovation by our student. So students, there is all the opportunity. As you innovate, we'll capture your innovations, we will patent them. And just this morning, we were talking about how we can roll them out into industry so that you start your partnerships with industry or you start your own industry. This is something that we are committed to doing, and fortunately, our new chairman of council is very committed with that idea. At Jkuat, we believe innovation and entrepreneurship are essential pillars of society. They offer a way to tackle some of the most pressing issues of our time, from unemployment to food security, to environmental challenges. Through EDGE, we envision a future where JKUAT graduates do not only seek jobs, but create them. They create jobs, where they innovate, inspire, and contribute meaningfully to the development of our society and our country. I am deeply proud of the partnerships that have helped EDGE possible. I would like to thank our corporate partners, sponsors, and mentors who have believed in this vision and invested in its realization. Your support has been invaluable, and I am confident we will create a program that stands as a model for entrepreneurship education. To our students, this is your moment. EDGE is here to support you, but the initiative must come from you. Be bold, take risks, and seize the opportunities this program offers. Use the resources, connect to your mentors, and apply the knowledge you gain to build something that matters. Remember, the journey of entrepreneurship is not always easy, but it is rewarding. Embrace the challenges and remember that each failure is simply a stepping stone to success. As we officially launch the EDGE program today, I am filled with hope and excitement. And I think I'll pause there because I like my DVCs also saying something. I'll invite DVC ANF to just say 1 or 2 words. Just come. These are our students. You might have a word of encouragement. And then I will launch the program.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor. I don't know whether students know your area of specialization. Do you know our VC's area of specialization? Yeah? She's a professor of botany. Can you clap for him? At least now we all know. Yeah. Okay, asante sana. It's good to know who is speaking to you. He's a top-notch researcher. She's a top-notch researcher. And if you have ideas that are aligned towards botany, please, you can come and see her, okay? Yes, so thank you very much, VC, for giving me this chance. You know, I think it's breaking protocol. I don't know. Now you have called me. You are studying. I feel... Okay. Fellow students and staff, just to encourage us, as the VC has talked about, this issue of developing ourselves to be entrepreneurial, also employable, innovators. It is only through excellence, and she has enumerated that element of excellence, and this is an institution of global excellence. So whatever we do it with that spirit of excellence, and surely you shall keep up the brand, not only in Kenya, but also in the entire world. That if you go to Mongolia, mention Jkuat, it is known. Which other country can I mention? I think I like Mongolia so much. So let us keep it up. If you have any issue, if you have any idea, share it with your professors, share it with others, whoever it is, and share it among yourself. And then let us develop them into real innovations that can turn this nation around. We can have sustainable development even for the humanity. Thank you, Madam VC. For those who don't know me, we don't interact a lot because I am in the administration and finance side. So what I do is to ask for money or look for money, then I spend it. That is my whole entire duty. But I'm also a professor of engineering, mechanical engineering. I'm also a researcher in that area. So God bless you as you continue hearing what we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Ikua, for that good advice that you have given our students. So as I wind up my speech, I look forward to seeing how each one of you will make the most of the opportunity you have today, how you will innovate, create, and ultimately inspire together. Let us engage. So together, let us engage, develop, and grow entrepreneurship at JKUAT. Thank you all, and God bless you, all of you. And DOS. At this point, I launch the program. So I wish to take this opportunity, with the permission of DOS, to launch this EDGE program today.
Shall we all be upstanding as the Vice Chancellor launches officially? Hii ni kitu kubwa sana. Can we do the factorials for our VC at this important landmark? Tufanye factorial. Mnajua ni ngapi? 5, 4, 3, 2, then 1. Can we start 5 factorials? Hey, comrades, wapi shangwe za comrades? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam VC.
Okay, thank you very much. And now allow me to take this opportunity to invite our chief guest, Israel Robert Burale. He's a transformational speaker and also a life coach, So students, you hear that he's a transformational speaker and a life coach. So please listen very keenly to what he will say today. Karibu sana, our chief guest.
Asante, let us clap for the Madam VC as she takes as we welcome our speaker.
Good afternoon. Okay, let's try that one more time. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can we try it one more time? You know, you are here, you're alive because of the grace of God. So your response must be as loud could be. Is that okay? I want it to be as loud with the confidence of a Luo man. Are you ready for me? Are you ready for me? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I don't take it for granted. The VC, Professor Victoria Ngumi, and the whole leadership. I mean, I'm just hearing professors, DOS, DVD, JVC. You know, when you hear such names before and after your name has been mentioned, then you know you have qualified to sit in the table of great men and great women. And that is why, students, under the sound of my voice, you came into this great institution of higher learning. But it is very easy to break the pot at the door, and I do believe for the few minutes afforded to me, I will speak from my heart. Is that okay? Is that okay? Tuko sawa? Look at the person next to you and tell them it is good to sit next to you. If it's a gentleman sitting next to a woman, say it with religious connotations. Again, thank you very much. When Dr. Joanne called me, this is an institution that is very close to my heart, though I have one problem, and I now need to say it publicly. The last time I was here, I think with the economic students I planted a tree right there. I have not seen it. Was it out there, right? It was right out there. And it is not there. We shall deal with this matter later. Before I plant any other, you must tell me where the other one went. Well, thank you again for your time. I promise I will not take a lot of your time. My name is Mr. Burale. I am a transformational speaker. I am a pastor. I am a movie producer. I'm an actor. I'm an author. And a father to the most beautiful girl in Eastern Central Africa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Timu Mafisi, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. But I'm here in my capacity just as a big brother, as a speaker. As you've been told by the VC and professor of engineering, that they were once where you are. And I can tell you without fear that they're here as professors, but some of their former classmates, schoolmates, are drunkards somewhere. Yet they were in the same class, listened to the same lecturers, but the difference is what they did with the information that was given unto them. Knowledge is powerful. Wisdom is more important. Hear me and hear me good. We can tell you everything for the next 3-4 days. And you do nothing about it, you will be like a black man in a dark room winking at a black woman and expecting a reaction. Nothing will happen. Or like a lady whose right leg is on a banana peel and left leg is on a slippery floor. What matters is what you do with the information that we give you here today. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. That's the pastoral side of me coming. But be careful, if you say too many amens, I may take an offering. So now, I think it's 29th of November, some of you are graduating. Is it 29th of November? So meaning there is a time that is coming, you will walk out of this institution one last time as a student. And what happens out there is that the world is waiting for you for your next level. Now I want to tell you something. Have you heard of news coming out, breaking news, a plane has lost contact. We can't locate, we are not in contact with the plane. You've heard that before, right? And after a few days, they say breaking news, bad news, that the plane was crashed and there's no survivor. You've had such news. How do they know that they have lost contact with a plane? There's something called greeting. A plane does greetings. That when they come, maybe it's going to Tanzania, and it has to pass Kenya before it gets to Tanzania. There is a small light somewhere in the plane. It greets some communication pillar here to say, now I am passing over Kenya. So that communication tells us then, in the next 45 minutes, they should be in Tanzania. All right? Then after greeting Kenya, and then 2 hours later, it's not in Tanzania, then we know there's a problem, isn't it? So all of you here are in levels of greeting. We know now you have greeted this institution. We expect you to get to a certain level, and if we don't locate you somewhere, then your lectures will say there's a problem somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why when Dr. John called me, I didn't tell her I was not even in the country. I kept quiet because I didn't want her to think now huyu Mluya hata kuja. I said I'll be here. She talked to my office. I got here yesterday because I said we have no rights to say we have a bright future if we don't talk to the young people. You understand what I'm saying? You're not the leaders of tomorrow. Leadership is today. For tomorrow waits for you and depends on what you have done today. So as you are now in this institution, there is knowledge that has been given unto you. Knowledge has been imputed unto you. But now when you go out there, you now have to start manifesting that which you have been told, you have been taught, and you have experienced in your time here. How many are graduating soon? Just raise your hand and wave it from side to side like you just don't care. Do you know all of you should be raising your hand? Soon does not mean 2 days. And that is where I start with my points. The biggest lie and why people mess up is because you think you have the luxury of time. How many are graduating in 10 years? Will you be done from this? How many are graduating in 2 years' time? 3 years' time? 4 years' time? That means if you are not here for more than 10 years, you are graduating soon. Hallelujah. Amana choma. The way you remember Manchester United having a game tomorrow, you have to remember that time is of the essence. Are we together, young people? And today I just want for the few minutes to give you some points. And I know there'll be ouch moments because I don't speak and tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. If you want somebody to tell you what you want to hear, next time invite a musician. They will tell you, weka mkono juu, piga nduru, follow the leader, and you will do that. And after sweating, what has happened with your life? Huh? I know you like celebrities coming here. What are you celebrating? Them dressing like women and they are men? And commenting, oh, and you're a boy. I just needed to get that out of the way so that you don't expect me to tell you a speech laced with ice cream and tomato sauce. Because I know one day you will look back and some of you will say, thank you, we heard what he said and what the other speaker said. And others may say, I wish we listened to what the speaker said. Somebody here has the potential of being a president and the person next to you has the potential of being a prisoner. But I do believe all of you will take this knowledge with ouch moments, with revelation moments, with aha moments, but make it come to pass. As you are thinking about your life, as you are thinking about being a solution provider, as you are thinking about what you will do while you're on this side of eternity, because time will come that your life will flash right in front of your eyes and you will breathe your last. But before then, what you need to do here is that you must be somebody of impact and impartation and being a solution provider, and that is why you're all here. None of you is attending lecturers so that you watch Netflix every day. You want to be in employment, you want to start your own companies, but you can only succeed if you offer solutions. Are we together? So the number one thing is, what do you see? The problem with many young people in institutions of higher learning is that we stop seeing and we start looking. Looking is for the eyes and seeing is for the mind. I want to ask you today, great young men and great young women, what do you see? And for you to see, it must be beyond where you can look. For you to see, it is the eyes of the brain and not your physical eyes. For you to see, you must see 20 years from now. If I ask you a question, where will you be 5 years from today? Or what do you aspire to be 10 years from today? And if you cannot answer that question within 15 to 20 seconds, then you're in trouble. What do you see? And based on what you see, it will inform on who you hang around with. Somebody once said, if you hang around 4 millionaires, you probably will be the 5th millionaire. If you hang around 4 fools, you will be the 5th fool, exceedingly abundantly above all you could think, ask, or even imagine. What do you see? And I told you, my preacher, there's a story in the Bible where Abraham said to the boys, stay here with the donkeys as we go yonder. Martin Luther King says, I have been to the mountaintop and I have seen the promised land. Now, when you see right, it will inform you what to do on the physical. The problem, I went to speak in a university here in Kenya, allow me not to mention the university, and as I was being invited to speak, they said, can we have a minute of silence? And I leaned toward the person sitting next to me. It was a professor. And I said, why are we having a moment of silence? And he says, just yesterday, a girl who was in her last year of university decided to break off a relationship with a young man in the 3rd year of university. And the man says, if I can't have you, no one else will. And this man killed this girl. Relationships. Another campus here in Kenya, 2 boys decided to fight because they were all pursuing the same woman in campus and stabbed each other in one of the rooms. And guess what? Both of them slumped on the bed and both died. Left that woman they were both fighting for. And I know I'm touching a very dangerous place in relationships in campus. Maybe some of you are here not to listen to what you're saying. There's a girl you have come for. Ati mazeo dema meiva. Kwani ni chakula? Everybody here, your parents, your guardians have struggled. Some of you, you have no idea the sacrifices your parents and your guardians have put to make sure you are in this institution. If only you found out the things they have denied themselves to make you be a student here. Do you know how many people would love to be in this university? Do you know how many people? For every one of you, there are 20 replacements out there. Some maybe did not have the academic qualifications to qualify to be here. Others, they do not have the financial might to be here. Do not take it for granted you're not here by right. It's of high levels of privilege that you're here. And you've been told, people have been going through the magazines, people who are respected out there have gone through these doors. You need to join the number and the call of honor of people who will be doing great things out there, and they will ask you, where did you do your university? And you'll be able to say this university. You've been told by the VC, this is a huge brand. You know, she said that there's a walking stick that can help blind people walk. Maybe some people here need that walking stick because you are not seeing where you want to go. What do you see? When you see, then you'll understand what you need to do on earth. I was in campus in the United Kingdom. My first year in campus, I was as useless as a Manchester United defense. I hung around the wrong people because I was looking and not seeing. I was looking at the clubs. I was looking at the parties. I was looking at the women, and it informed me who to hang around with in campus. Had I not snapped out of my nonsense, I may not be here today encouraging some of you. I may not be here today saying that I have traveled the world over encouraging people, giving keynote addresses. I hope that one day I will sit back in an audience and I see some of you giving keynote addresses, not just here, but the world over. You cannot say that your highest level of honor is you, which football team you support. Tumenunua Pogba. You and who? How much did you contribute? Until you get to a place that when your name is mentioned, they know that the content you carry will be given to other people that will catapult them into the next level. What do you see? Young men, you know I advocate for young men. Something has been trending since yesterday about a young man in Equatorial Guinea. You see, you know what I'm talking about. Then I'm seeing some young boys in university ati huyo ndio Bazoo kitu gani? Ati that is a legend. That is not a legend. And I've said on my social media today, that is not the mark of a man. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. No, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. What do you see? I know some of you are thinking about, I went to this campus and I asked young girls, what do you want to be when you finish campus? And she said, one said very confidently, sir. I said, yes. I want to be an influencer. I said, influencing what? And then she mentioned some 2 lady celebrities. And she says, you know, they have 2 million followers on Instagram. I told that lady, go and sit down, think about your life, and come back and tell me what you want to do in life. You understand what I'm saying? Young girls, I have a 19-year-old daughter, so I speak not as a big brother, I speak as a father. Huh? And my heart broke, and I thought about it. When she came to me later, I said, does your father or your mother think that all the money they're spending is for you to have liposuction and have very many men oogling over your photos and saying you have 2 million followers? And she says, but you see, they make money. Instagram pays people money. I said, okay, fine. When now after the liposuction, your lips and everything starts falling off, how will you earn your money? When you start seeing, you will not see here. You will think 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now. As I stand here today, great men and great women, and I think I said it here the last time I was here with the economic students, I know where I want to be in the next 30 years. And being there, it involves, by the way, one day being the president of this country. Unless you're jealous, can you clap for me? Now, because I see that, it informs me who to hang around with. I don't like hanging around mediocre people. You understand what I'm saying? I love people talking leadership. I love people who have visions, who have focus, who have insight, who have wisdom. What do you see? And the professor here said something. How have you developed yourself? I get tired when I hear many speakers talking to university students and saying the world is your stage. Well, it's a good and very nice, exciting statement, but the world can only be your stage if you are prepared for the world. You cannot be asking for the palace if you do not understand the language of the king. How have you developed yourself? I, as an individual, learn 5 new words every day. 5. And I stand in front of a mirror and I apply the words. There's no point of having big words and you cannot put them in a sentence. How have you developed yourself? If I ask you, between the 2 months ago and now, what marked improvement do you have in as far as your language is concerned? If you go on social media, have you broadened your knowledge and insight about things, or all you're doing is looking at this man in Equatorial Guinea and saying Nguyondo Bazoo? All you're doing is going on a social media platform and seeing celebrities, men dressed like women, and you're commenting there as if you're an ambulance. What have you done to improve yourself as an individual? If I took you to the palace right now, will you apply yourself well? If I took you, if you had a chance to go and see the president and you have 5 minutes one-on-one with the president, what will you say? Nice suit, nice watch. He has had that so many times. If you have 5 minutes, what will you say? How have you improved yourself? If you don't see yourself doing great things, you will not prepare yourself now for the great things. I got annoyed when one of our media houses invited some young men to give them 1 hour on national television to promote some nonsensical language called Lombotov and Chokotov. And we were all there sitting, listening, and I asked myself, what nonsense is this? They are listening, the young people are listening, and these are the people we are saying, the world is your stage, yet your language is local. What do you see? I'm sorry I didn't come to excite you today. But excitement without upward mobility is as useless could be. And I'm seeing people here, and you know very well, it's not been easy growing up. It's not been easy being educated here financially. You know very well. Maybe some of you are just really being raised by well-wishers and school fees and being paid by well-wishers. Maybe some of you are from single parents' home. Some of you are orphans. I don't know. But what do you see? I spoke in Kenyatta University, and some young man says, you know, our parents are old-fashioned. And I asked, how many are orphans here? And 4 gentlemen and 1 lady came. And I said, speak to these people who think their parents are old-fashioned. And the lady just said one thing. Those old-fashioned parents, I wish you could give them to me. I would take them and honor them. For you to go forward, you must respect the present. What am I talking about? Standing here is professors, DOSs. If you don't honor what you have, you cannot be what they are. Do you honor the people who have been given charge over you while you are in this institution of higher learning? Do you honor? I stand here as a man who messed up a lot when I was in campus. Hear me and hear me good. And I'm showing my scars so that you don't make the same mistake. My company almost messed me up. Thankfully, I didn't study here, so I didn't have too many people to confuse me, but I had a few people to confuse me. Almost messed my life. Young people, boys and girls, great men and great women of tomorrow. Who is in your circle? If your circle is wrong, your sight is impaired. What do you see? As you go on social media, Madam VC says about AI. We didn't have AI when we were growing up. We didn't have Facebook when we were growing up. We didn't have Instagram. You have everything. You have Snapchat. You have Roblox. Even you chat and your parents don't know you are chatting. We know all these things. There is too many drugs all over the place. And I know some of you are shocked. I know some of the things you are doing. And I know you're looking at me as if you're the Deputy Holy Spirit. You know what I'm talking about. Ama nachoma? Nachoma? Ama niendelee kuchoma? Young man, can I speak to you? Can I speak to the men for 1 minute? Can I? Men, can I speak to you? Say ahu. No, si ahu, sema ahu. Unatoa soprano na demo meka na wewe. Men, can I speak to you? Say ahu. Let me tell you something. Right now, you may be the most popular man in campus because you go to the gym. You're tall, dark, and handsome. Mademu wamekunoki. This same woman will not answer your phone calls if you have no career. Usijichoche. These women do not want a man with a television. They want a man with a vision. Najua umeunga unatembea na kifua iko hivi nje. Unatingisha hapa ndio umetoka gym. Some of you are walking as if you need physiotherapy. Let me tell you something. Wanaume, uko nje sio rahisi. Unanisikia? Imagine unakompete na msee kama mimi. Nina ndevu ya white, nina pesa zangu, wewe umekuja tu na kifua. Work Work. I'm telling you, work. It's a privilege to be a man, but it's difficult to be a man. Gentlemen, work. There is no point of having a six-pack with an empty wallet. There is no point of getting platforms and you cannot communicate. Young men, work. Young ladies, there's more to you than your Brazilian weave. There's more to you than your lipstick. There's more to you than your hips. Hips don't lie. Get to 50, they will lie. Uneka Brazilian weave, uko hapa lakini weave bado kwa gate. Ni sawa, but there will come a time they will ask you, what do you have? Did you hear what I said? What do you have? How many will be like the VC in your time, standing and you are the leader of a big institution? How many? And I want to give you a secret about career. If your career does not solve problems, you will have the shortest career on the face of this earth. So you can never say your career is being a celebrity. Your career is being an influencer on Instagram. Anything you think about career must go in line with solving problems. That is what will make you relevant years on end. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? A young man told me his career is to be a model. I said, okay, fine. When you get to my age, who will you be modeling for? Coffins. I've heard a lot about this institution. Very honorable, respected, ahead of the rest. It means the grace over this institution is right, but you have to connect to the grace of this institution. Understand your times and seasons. What do you see? Sorry, I will not take your time. Every speaker has kept the time, so I'll keep time so that you invite me next time. I was given 25 minutes. They're about okay. So I have 5. Can I take 5 more minutes? Is that okay? Ama nimechoma sana? Bro, nimechoma? Okay, niko sawa. Hata nikichoma wacha nichome mpaka na picha. So mine here, if I let me not go to these notes, mine here is to encourage you that listen to me. You are here for a time and a season. One of the things that push me every day when I wake up is that I know every day I get closer to the day that I will die. And before I die, I must leave that which is in me to the people out here. I have come, I have spoken to you. I am supposed to go sometime soon to speak to Brazilian prisoners in Rio. I will go, and the coffin does not like heavy people. Heavy with destiny. Release everything. So please, even your level of conversations must change. I know the silence. Najua nachoma. Some of you young girls, can I speak to you? Your parents are praying for you to have long life. And you're in your boyfriend's house screaming, kill me, kill me, kill me. And you young man, you have not even checked on your father. You're asking the girl, who's your daddy? Satan. I pray that out of these great men and women here, you will be replacing the professors we are seeing here. That when your time comes, you will be a man and woman of honor, integrity. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. That when you stand to speak, you will give life. Let nobody lie to you. You've come for a poor home, that nothing good can come out of you. As long as you are here, you have a chance at life. Yes, in your village you don't even have 3 meals a day, but it is fine. Your blood is still running through your veins. Your heart is still beating. You are here getting knowledge. Not let nobody tell you that nothing good can come out of you. I want to encourage you with one story. I was not in a very flamboyant school. I was in a school called Bungoma High School. And represented my school in the public speaking competition. I went to the zone, I was number 1. I went to the district, I was number 1. I went to the provincial, I was number 1. It meant that I was now representing Western Province in the national level. We go to KICC with my former teacher, he's since gone to be with the Lord, Mr. Ernest Wabomba. And we got there and I saw boys from Lenana High School, Kabarak High School, girls from Pangani, St. George's, Kenya High, and looking all well put together. And the boys walking with the girls hand in hand, having ice cream. And I was having tea and bread. None wanted to talk to me because I'm from Bungoma High School. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. When we go to the competition, I remember the chief adjudicator was called Dr. Kisa Amateshe. And I gave my talk, and we were, I think, 18 in total. When they were announcing the results, they started from number 5. Huko kwingine ni walimpichiwa. Now, from number 5, they announced, and then there were 2 and 1 to be announced. Lenana had not been announced, Nairobi School had not been announced, Kabarak had not been announced, and of course Bungoma. And Mr. Ernest Wabomba tapped my laps and he says, "It's okay, son. You are in Form 3. You still have a chance at next year." I said, "What do you mean? Yani hata una confidence na mimi?" You understand what I'm saying? And then they said the number 2 goes to Kabarak High School. So there's Lenana, there's Nairobi School. I'm telling you, the girls were already touching the shoulders of the guy from Lenana. Ernest Wabomba told me, "Let's walk out." I said, my father taught me to lose like a man. And by the way, I'm a Luya man. We just don't give up like that. That's why we eat to get tired. And then they said, "Ladies and gentlemen," and for number 1, the guy from Lenana was already getting jelly to stand up. I could tell Mr. Wabomba was looking at me with such sorrowful eyes because he knew how much I wanted this. They said, "Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 is Robert Burale from Bungoma High School." Clap if you're clapping. And I took my time, straightened my blazer, and I walked looking at them as if it's a presidential guard. When we left, the same girls who were holding the hands of these flamboyant men came to me. I said, "Talk to the hand." But I want to encourage you because it did not end there. Every winner in every category needed to go to State House. It's called a winners competition, winners something. They made sure I did not go. They took the person who was number 2. Because I wasn't from a flamboyant school. Like some of you are not from flamboyant families. But you have to be determined. Do you know that one who went to State House in my place? Up to this day, I'm the one counseling him to get him out of drugs. Young men, young women. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter what anybody has said about you. That's why I said jichoche kama mjaluo. Luos don't know arrogance. They're so confident. That's why they walk into a place, you know, a Luo has come in. I had a comedian saying, "Oh, we Luos, we don't fail exams. We disagree with the examiner." Wamejichocha. Luos don't die. We are promoted to glory. Wamejichocha. And I want to encourage you, as you stretch your hand forth for what is ahead of you coming forward, just know you have what it takes. But ask yourself, what do you see? Who are my friends? Who are my authority? You will never be a man or a woman of authority if you're not a man and a woman under authority. And then remember, there will be a time that your life on this side of eternity will end. What will they say of you? There lies a great man. There lies a great woman. I ask you one question. What do you see? God bless you and thank you very much.
Wow. Maze, standing ovation, Maze. Niaje man. Standing ovation. Standing ovation. Makofi sana.
Yaani amnisimami. Hii ni kiburi ya watu wa Arsenali.
Wow, thank you very much, our guest speaker, for that wonderful and moving speech. You've really guided us. Wase, kuna msaja sikia story hapo? Hizo ni zenu sasa, si ndio? Comrades, thank you very much. Madam VC, at this juncture, with your permission, we have 2 more presentations, and I think I'll kindly request the Dean of Students to come and give us guidance. As I earlier said, we have the Managing Director of Talazo, who was to talk to us for 2 minutes. Then we have Vicky Karuga, Managing Director, Profiles International. She's going to take 10 minutes or so, with your permission. And then lastly, we will have Mwaniki, Madam Mwaniki from Kenyatta University, teaching referral, 10 minutes. And then now, Dean will give us guidance. Asante sana. Madam Dean, karibu. Hebu tumshangilie kwa makofi anapokuja.
I think we should have to. We have to. Please, may I request that we stand up and
thank you very much
for the VC as she leaves. A clap for
thank
the VC
you so very much,
leaves.
Madam VC, for.
Thank you very much, Madam VC. We very much appreciate your support. God bless you. Thank you very much. Take your seat. Chief guests, thank you very much. We are educated, and I'm personally humbled. Let's give him another round of applause. May God richly bless you. And we have lunch after this, so kindly don't leave. I will kindly request that be patient with us a few more minutes so that we take lunch together. I would like now to invite the Managing Director, VK Karuga. VK Karuga, welcome, Madam Vicky. We are very humbled to have you around. She's going to talk about skills for future, right? Skills for future. Welcome, Madam.
I must say, when I got invited to speak today, I was largely motivated by the fact that I studied here 22 years ago, I think. And it was one of those experiences. I think at that time we had the ratio of men to women. There was 1 woman to 8 men, because it was purely a technology school, engineering and architecture. And the ratios have changed significantly. I can see that. Well done to the boy child. We really give you a hard time. But I spent my time here studying architecture, and then somewhere along the line found what I like doing, which is education and training. So my conversation, I will not go through all my slides, though I thought I would, is to really paint a picture on what really makes us successful at the workplace, because I was told to talk about the skills for the future. And the first thing about the skills for the future, of course, is there are 3 fundamentals that don't change, whether you live now, whether you lived in the 60s, or whether you lived in 2064. And the first is that if you don't want to lose quickly, I think our chief speaker said it, you have to have technical competence. What's technical competence for you now looking like? What is it? In your digital world, it's digital literacy, isn't it? It's understanding the AI languages that are there now, isn't it? Yeah? It's understanding cryptocurrency. We don't understand it, we fear it, but you guys seem to be already trading in it. Yeah? There's so many levels that you have to develop. Your first years right now are to really deeply explore the world of work in terms of the skills that are there. So you'll spend your first years really gaining fundamental skills. And fundamental skills are technical skills. If you do not have what we call technical competency, that's the first thing I'll talk about, then no one really will take you seriously. What value do you have to give? If you're in food science, what is the trend of food science? Are you going and watching webinars being given by industry leaders about where food science is going? Are you doing that? Are you engaging with students in your union about certain matters about the industries that you need to know? So you must be spending a significant part of your time right now doing what? Developing
Jomo Kenyatta University
what?
of Agriculture and Technology
Skill,
is a
isn't it?
leading public university in
Being
Kenya,
curious,
located
isn't
in
it?
Juja town,
Yeah?
that is
You
6
don't have to be an
kilometers
academician. You're not
northeast
doing
of
it to be a
Nairobi.
professor or
JKU
anything,
Art
but
has
you need
carved
it.
a
And
niche
especially
for herself in
where we are
Kenya
going.
and the
If you don't
region as a
understand
center
the
of
digital
global
world,
excellence
if you're
in the
not on
fields
a
of
digital
agriculture,
platform right now, if I Google your name and you're not in charge of your digital
technology,
suit, it's called a digital suit. You know that when I came to talk today, I dressed up in some way. The online world also
built
dresses you up. Is the way you appear on a digital
health
platform the
sciences,
way that employers want to see you? So are you
social
addressing your
sciences,
digital what? Suit? Are you taking
and
advantage
applied
of
sciences.
the digital platforms you have, Coursera, Udemy, whatever it is, to do
JKU
what?
Art has
Continuous
5 colleges
upgrading, isn't
offering
it?
over 400 academic
So competence,
programs. The
where are you in
colleges
terms of
engineering and
competence?
technology,
In terms of data analysis, in terms of problem solving.
health sciences,
There was a library
pure
here that we used to go to get
sciences,
books those days. You had to have a card.
agriculture, and
And I remember
natural-
sometimes we used to hide the book because, you know, there was only one book. But now you have Google, don't you? You don't have to be a walking library. But with Google comes the fact that you have to be really good at putting 1 and 1 together and getting 6. Okay? You have to see ideas and bring them together for people to see meaning in them. It's not any more relevant for you to regurgitate information. You have to do what? You have to be a problem solver. You have to have the skill of managing money. No one teaches you this. But if you don't have a financial awareness, you probably will not be able to bring yourself to a level where you can be taken seriously. You don't want that pressure. And managing money in itself is a skill. You learn it. So I would advise you, the skill for tomorrow, go out there and understand how to manage money. It's more than crypto. The second skill set, I've talked about technical competence, is the soft skills that you require in the future world of work. One of the most relevant ones, and one that I spend a lot of my time in, is emotional intelligence. And I think it's a foundational skill when it comes to you manipulating yourself in any situation. And why is that? In fact, why is emotional intelligence becoming such a buzzword? It's because over time, we have celebrated people who have academically or book smart, Sindio? But we have realized the people who actually do that sustainable, successful thing are what? They're actually very high in emotional intelligence. And what is that? It's the ability to manage your emotions. How many of you know how you're feeling right now? How my feelings are for women? And new, I don't know what word used now, new mama feelings, emotions. Actually, learning to identify your feelings is a very intelligent thing to do. Your feelings determine the way you make decisions, they determine the way you behave, they determine the way you perform, they determine damn near everything in your life. And they are with you 24/7, 365. Hata ukiwa umelala, you have a specific feeling, unaamka. Anxiety, squeeze nakwanga anxiety, demure, what other one? All those things are feelings, and they determine what? What do they determine? What do they determine? Your decisions, your behavior, and you carry them everywhere. You feel them every minute. And the more you are aware of them, the more you make intelligent decisions about them. The more you're aware of them, the more you make intelligent decisions about them. I could spend a lot of time speaking about EI, but I will invite you to go and really Google what is emotional intelligence and why is it so foundational, especially for us when we are young, when we experience emotions from here till I don't know where. Emotions can make you stupid. You're a very clever girl, clever guy, but emotions can make you stupid. Think about when you're in love. You know, everyone tells you, leave that one alone, but what is really governing you? Think about a subject you hate because of the lecturer. The subject has nothing to do with anything. What does it have to do with the fact that you're not attending? So think about getting to really understand the competencies that underline emotional intelligence. And the first one being self-awareness. What are your beliefs? What are your strengths? I had someone mention career personality. Have any of you taken a personality assessment? Do you know what your type is? Do you know what you do under pressure? Yeah? Do you know how you react to things? Do you know? If you don't know, then what you're doing is you're reacting, just reacting. But when you do know, you move from reacting to responding. And in this urgent life that we now have, we find ourselves bombarded with a lot of things. I give a picture. My father woke up in the morning at 8. He had one newspaper that gave him what? News. I have how many things that give me news? Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of them differing versions. So I'm constantly being bombarded by information, which constantly gives me different emotions, and I'm then walking to class. So think about that, yeah? And then the third thing is the art of communication, still under soft skills. You cannot influence anything in your entire life if you cannot communicate. If you don't learn how to communicate, then chances are that you will not be able to ask for what you want or what you need. You'll not be able to communicate your ideas effectively. So go and study how to communicate and to communicate effectively. A whole study on its own. But if you can even gift yourself with the art of public speaking, you're way ahead of the curve. You might not have to do it like he does, but every single instance that you find, you're communicating your ideas. It's to your teammates, it's to your mother, it's whoever it is around you. The world has moved to collaboration. It has moved to negotiation. It has moved to persuasion. You're not going to find yourself locked in a cubicle working on something alone. You're moving to people management, and so you have to really get good at it. The realm of leadership, this generation is one that is going to be making very many decisions more than my generation ever did. Why? Because of devolution of information. You guys have a lot of information. And it means that we will expect you to make ethical and sustainable decisions. So if we want to promote you, we need to see that wisdom. We need to see that framework. Decision making is a framework. Go learn about it. Go understand it. You see all these skills? Does any of them have to do with crypto? Even the way you approach crypto is governed by your emotions, fundamentally. And then last but not least, and I always speak to this because I think it is undersold, how do you live a sustainable life? Do you see that competency there called self-management? Yeah? Now, self-management is what allows you to experience a sustainable life. You could live to 10 years, you could live to 50, you could live to 100, isn't it? Yeah? But you, maybe now you're what, 22, 21, 18, 19? Robert asked you a question. Do you see yourself in the next 20 years? And how are you? How are you physically? How are you physically? Are you standing up? Yeah? Are you speaking? Because you have to have a body that can carry you for how many years? If God gives you 100, it has to carry you for how many years? 100 years. So how do you make sure what you're doing today allows you to walk straight in the next 20 years or 30 years? That is called self-management. The art of being resilient. And now in Kenya, we have this thing where we think resilience is taking on a lot. No. Because when you take on a lot, you will break. Resilience is learning your boundaries and learning when to say no. When to say no to your friends, when to say no to even your parents. It's learning where to stop. Not at, hata hii nilifanya, hata nikaenda nikafanya hii. That's not resilience. That's just testing your boundaries. And it limits your resilience. 4 non-negotiables when it comes to sustainable living. Sleep is one of them. If you're not sleeping, that's not sustainable. And it's non-negotiable, young people. Your diet is another. The relationships, it's been said enough, are another, non-negotiable. And then last but not least, do you spend time out of your daily life to meditate, whether that's in prayer, whether that's just decluttering your mind? Our mind tends to get very cluttered because that's when you can make clear decisions. So you have been blessed with the age of information. Never has there been a time when you can be anything or do anything, because you can even make a rocket. The video is on YouTube. Sindio? But the difference is how you invest in yourself, how you self-manage yourself for resilience, how you sleep, how you gain clarity, because a muddled up mind cannot take advantage of whatever it is that has been given to you, isn't it? So 3 things: competence, the soft skills, and what's the third one? Courage. You will be required to build your courage. You will not get courage first if you don't have confidence. You will not have confidence if you don't have competence. So can you see the building blocks? Don't be in a rush. Self-awareness takes forever, but you better start. Understand yourself deeply, not for your neighbor, but for you. Then grow your competence levels, okay? You will be confident. Hang around the right people. Sleep enough. Be courageous to go after what you want after that. Be courageous to make bold moves, because the world also belongs to those who ask. And a lot of the times we are not taught how to ask. But as I end this, the skills for the future are this: everything you need can be learned. Communication can be learned. Courage can be learned, isn't it? So what's the one super skill you have? Continuous learning. Continuous learning is what gives you the edge in the future. So I'll finish with my quote: for he who looks The Kalyung. Okay, it will come. And when it does come, that's the end of my talk today. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you all a lovely afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Madam Vicky Karuga, the Managing Director, Profiles International, East Africa. At this juncture, we are just going to have the Managing Director of Talazo, David Ndegwa, to give us his remarks, 5 minutes or so. Then we'll wind up with Madam Waniki from Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral. Then we shall break for lunch. Karibu.
The Dean of Students, Mr. Brare, who I always see on TV. Good afternoon, all protocols observed. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Ndegwa, and I'm a farmer. I'm the Managing Director of Takazi Limited, which is a farming company doing horticultural farming in Arumoro, in a 100-acre farm, where we do horticultural farming under irrigation, where we mitigate against the vagaries of weather. And our business is to feed people or to grow food for people. I am a director in a coffee farm called Nyeri Hill Farm, and we manage 800 acres under coffee. So my orientation and my lineage is in agriculture. And I am here today to tell you that who we are today. Today we are talking about career. If you ask me, I will tell you that careers are vehicles, and we are the drivers of those careers. You can have two cars, one that is very strong, a V8, and another one, a Vitz. If a Vitz is being driven by a competent driver, it's going to reach the destination. When the V8, if it is happen to be driven by a poor driver, it won't get to its destination. So the career that you have chosen, that which has made you to come here, it is not that career that will make it happen. It is the person behind the wheel of that career, and that is you. People talk about business. I can tell you with surety, with confidence, that there is no business that earns money for its owner. It is the owner of that business who succeeds in that business because of what he does, but not that business. So if you are in engineering and thinking that you are going to succeed because you are in engineering, no, you won't. It is what you will do with that degree in engineering that will show the difference between, we usually say, the difference between boys and men. I think I'm very competent and the right person to be talking to you, because when I was coming here and when I was told that I'll be given the opportunity to speak to you, I started asking myself, what can I tell these students that they cannot Google? Because the information is out there. What you cannot Google is what has happened to my life. Because what has happened to my life is so unique, and it mirrors what will happen to your life after you leave this place. How did I find myself in agriculture?
That which made me find myself in agriculture has made me believe that life or career or our life is made up of clay. Clay that has been moistened. These days, in our time, we used to do modeling or modeling. These days, instead of clay, I usually see my son using something called plasticine. Every one of us is like that plasticine. You have the ability, you are at liberty to model the shape that you want your life to take. The most important person in this life, it is not the career that you have chosen, it is you. I listened to Robert when he talked about branding yourself. There is a reason that which makes you, when you go to the shop, when you are asking for Coke and you don't ask for any other soda or soft drink, there is the reason behind that Coke that makes you select that Coke. That branding is the one that you need to put into yourself so that employers would be looking for you. I started my agricultural journey humbly, in a very humble beginning. I did not do a degree like you did. I did a certificate course in agriculture from Bukura College of Agriculture. I did not do certificate in agriculture because I could not qualify for a diploma, and I'll tell you why I did horticulture. I schooled in the old system, 7, 4, 2, 3. I finished the 7, I finished the 4, and I tripped at the 2 because of school fees. I had a second division in Form 4, and I was ready and full of energy to go to Form 5, go to Form 6, and go to the university. But at Form 5, my father was sick, I could not continue, and I dropped. In the year when I was I would have joined the Bukura or any agricultural college or any other college, I had no choice on what I wanted to become. I just wanted to have either certificate or a diploma. In those years, there used to be interviews to join colleges through Public Service Commission. The first year I went and I wanted to do a diploma in building construction at Mombasa Polytechnic. I did one interview and I failed that year. That was 1989, because 98 I was in Form 5. In 1990, I made a decision. Because I did one interview and I failed, I will go and do 7 interviews and see where my luck lies. So I went and I did interviews, and among those interviews, I remember one of them was agriculture related. I went to the panelist, and I remember what the panelist, the chair lady of the panelist asked me, which course do you want to do? I said I wanted to do a certificate in agriculture. She looked at my papers and said, but you have qualifications for diploma. And I told her, last year, I did one interview and I didn't qualify. This time, I don't want to lose this year, so I want to undertake that course, which will give me the highest chances to succeed in that course, that even the person who will be selecting will not have any reason not to select me. So that's how I chose to go and do certificate in agriculture. I was lucky to be invited to Bukura College of Agriculture, and I did a certificate course in agriculture. When I got the admission letter, the first thing that I saw there, I was required to buy an overall and gumboots. Mind you, I did not take or choose agriculture because of the passion that I had. And this is very important because I want you to know that. I went there by chance. So when I saw the gumboot and the overall, I went there and you were given a 10 by 10 plot to plant 3 crops. I would like those students who are doing agriculture to listen to me keenly, because within my career, for me to attract your attention, within my career, I moved out and I have been a general manager of a reputable company in this country called the South African Growers. So I want you to listen very carefully. If I became a general manager with a certificate, at which level can you go with a degree? That is my message for today. That's why I want you to connect the dot. So this plot, 10 by 10 plot, you are to plant 3 crops. I chose tomatoes, onions, and cabbages. You had to measure to precision. That 10 by 10 was to be divided in three plots, and you had to plant 3 crops. Within those crops, you had to document the planting spacing, and then you prolate the plant population for 1 acre. Then you are to list down the planting procedure and the pests and diseases that you will encounter until you finish. Once you harvest, you weigh the produce, you prorate that to 1 acre, you work out the gross margin, you sell to the dining hall, and you find out your profit. And you actually give it money at the dining hall, which we later sent back. By the time I was finishing Bukura College of Agriculture, I knew all the diseases, pests and diseases of tomatoes, onions, and cabbages. And I knew for other crops because other students were also given different plots and you are supposed to learn from them. And we did a technical report. I went to the job market. The government, because Bukura is a government institution, and it was sponsored by the government had no jobs to give to us. So I'm out holding a certificate in agriculture, no employment. I went to teach as a UT in a secondary school to teach agriculture because of the strength of my Form 4 certificate, which were Division 2. Division 2, for your information, was a very strong pass. And the fact that I had gone to Form 5 and I had a certificate in agriculture. And I was given a salary of 1,000. That was back in 1994. To bring you home, a Mtumba shoe, a good Mtumba shoe moccasin, was costing me 500 shillings. So I could only be left with 500 shillings after spending that money. After being a UT for 1 year, I got another chance to work as a horticultural officer in Nyeri Hill Farm, where I was earning 3,500 in 1994. I did the job, and then at some point, I disagreed with the management, and I walked out. I got a job, my brother got a job to supply materials in a company that was very big in horticulture called Homegrown. And I went there as a truck conductor to supply the materials. When I got the chance to go into that farm, which was the most reputable company in horticulture those days, I looked for the managing director of that company. He was a Mzungu. And I gathered courage to speak to him after I had delivered several trucks of materials. And I told him, this job that I'm doing belongs to my brother. And me, I have a certificate in agriculture, and I would be the right person to fit in your farm. I was called for an interview. The first interview that I ever sat in my whole career life. I was successful in that interview because I was asked about thrips. I knew about thrips. I knew about fertilizer. I knew why fertilizers were used because I had mastered the course content. As you study here, please master the course content because it will help you. Having been in a senior position as a general manager, I've conducted a lot of interviews for graduates. And I can tell you, if you don't master your course content well, you'll not fare well in interviews. So I joined this company. And at a salary of 9,000, that was very big salary, by the way, in 1996. I joined as a junior supervisor. I left that company after 5 years as a senior manager, earning 100 plus within a period of 5 years. Why? I said, and I told myself, in this job, I want to stretch until I see my snapping point. I wanted to stretch until I saw my snapping point. In any job that you'll ever go, where you'll be employed, please give it your best. You don't succeed because of doing what you love. You succeed because of doing what you have to do in a loving way. Because you'll never find anything that nobody loves academic, but you have to study in a loving way, and that will get into you. I had quite to tell you within this career journey. After you graduate, 4 things will happen to you. There are those who will look for employment in the government and private sectors. There are those who will remain here to study and join the academic world. There are those who will change careers, and there are those who will become entrepreneurs. Right now, I'm an entrepreneur because I employ in my farm, I have 130 people. That boy who did a certificate in agriculture today employs 130 people, and I'm going to do more. And that is because I looked at myself. Please, before you look at your degree, before you look at your certificate, because of you look at where you have come from, know that you are a creation of God, and you are like clay. You can model yourself into the shape that you want to shape or to model yourself. Never underrate yourself. Never look at your background. Never look at anything. Believe in God and believe in yourself, because there is nothing under the sun when you believe in yourself that you cannot do. When you move out there, especially for agricultural students, I would like to encourage you that this world is waiting for you. If you can imagine yourself, even at the conception stage, when all of us were microscopic, then we are who we are because of the food that we have eaten. So we walk, everybody is there next sitting to you is as the way he or she is because of the food that you have eaten. Robert told us, if you are not solving a problem, you have no business in the career that you are doing. The business of solving food scarcity in this world, not only in this country, is very big. People will always feed, and there will be no time that feeding will be replaced by AI. So for those guys who are doing agriculture, you have a job, and you have a big job. And I can tell you, if you want to start any career, if you look for employment and you don't get any, imagine a tomato plant. Just 1 minute. Imagine a tomato plant. A tomato plant produces over 150 flowers. A tomato plant can translate those 80 of those flowers into fruits. A kilo of tomato is made up of medium tomatoes, 15 of them. So one tomato plant can give you 6 kilos. For those who have been buying tomatoes, if you are buying tomatoes at farm gate, you buy a kilo at 50 bob. So if one plant can give you 6 kilos, what is the value of that plant? It is 50 times 6, which is 300. You just need to know the number of what you want to do, and you divide with the number of tomatoes that you want to plant, and you have a living. Thank you very much. I share the information about farming. If you go to Facebook and look for David Ndegwa, I share a lot of information there. For those agricultural students who would want to talk to me later, I give you a number. My number is 0722 44 2781. 0722 44 2781. And I left employment at age 50 to go into entrepreneurship. So for those of you who are, especially the teaching staff, who will be looking at retirement, we can talk about agribusiness. You can plant avocados, you can plant green maize, you can plant so many things. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Wow, thank you so much, MD David Ndegwa Talazo. Mime. As the mime comes in, we are only having 2 more presentations in less than 20 minutes, and then we will break for lunch. Mime, Dushi. And meanwhile, Monica will be on standby from Kenyatta University, teaching referral. Then we will be winding up. Students, you've seen it's important. What a wonderful opportunity, and we want to appreciate the Dean of Students and the committee for coming up with this career fair, and we appreciate also the VC and the DVCs for supporting this. Asante sana.
Get to that point.
Thank you so much, Dushi. A round of applause for Dushi. Dushi has been 3 years now down the line at the Kenya National Drama Festival, and he has been winning. He has been the first position 93, 92, 91. So he really does a good job, and we give him an opportunity so that he can be able to nurture talents. I want to appreciate Iram Bahawal, an inclusive of employment advisor from Light of the World, who tomorrow she will be our keynote. She'll give us keynote address to our students from Light for the World representative. She'll give us a keynote address tomorrow. Now, tomorrow also we are having cohort. It's the cohort day. Students, remember to communicate to your comrades. We shall be having wonderful speeches, and we also will have the principal cohort, Professor Florence Moura, and we will also have our DVC Admin and Finance, Professor Bernard Jkuat, together with us tomorrow. So please make sure we are there. Now, as we wind up, I want to call upon
I have a short presentation, and my name is All Protocols Observed. Good afternoon. My name is Monica Gidhae. I work in the hospital by the name KUTRRH. The name is so long, so we normally call it Kutra. It's a university hospital which has a component of referral, teaching, and research. And I am in the Department of Pathology and Lab Medicine. And in that department, I am the quality manager. I'm a senior lab tech. I coordinate quality, ethics, and standards. And I'm a proud medical lab scientist. So in my first slide, I would wish to tell you that I've been in this profession for the last 18 years. And in these 18 years, a few of them have been in the bench, working technically, like what we know what lab is. A few of those years I've been involved in mentorships in matters quality, and currently I'm in management. So I believe that whether you are here because you are a lab tech or any other course, you can explore, you can diverse your career, you can do extra besides that which you will graduate with. I would go to my next slide, and this says why I'm passionate about my career. If you look at my first image, it says that behind every great doctor is an exhausted lab technologist. What does that mean? It means that I am a lab technologist, I'm a lab scientist, I solve problems that you yourself as a patient doesn't know, and even the doctor doesn't know, and I do it in ways you cannot understand. That means that is the reason as to why we get exhausted, but out of that, we make a difference behind the scenes. Out of that, we learn science and we discover. Out of that, we solve problems. And out of that, we continually learn. So, that is why I'm so passionate about my work, because out of this work, I've grown and I feel satisfied with what I'm doing. We normally say in the hospital that we, the lab technologists, we speak loudly in doctors' rooms, but we are absent. What do I mean? The result that I generate from the lab, if it's accurate and if it's reliable, it's the result that the doctor will use to make a decision regarding a patient. A patient could be me, a patient could be you. Therefore, even if I'm not visible in the doctor's room making consultation, loudly and behind the scenes, I speak through my results. Therefore, I would like just to give a brief overview of this field. I would incline to that field, but as I conclude, I will generalize that this is a field that has many components. It's not a lab that we used to know, a one-room lab in somewhere in a corner. And nowadays there is no diagnosis that can be made without the lab results. So this is a field that we do a lot of screening. We help in diagnosis of diseases. We help in surveillance of diseases. We all know the cases of COVID-19. Right now there is Mpox. It's through the lab that results are generated. It's through the lab that we are able to get to know who has the condition, who doesn't have. It's also through the lab that we are able to get other infectious diseases that normally affect our communities. And so it's a field that is diverse, it's a field that covers a lot. And for you to perfect in this, for you to succeed in this career as a lab technologist, of course you have to blend technical, analytical, and interpersonal skills. From the previous speakers, we've had a lot of interpersonal skills. This means they are applicable all over in whichever career you are in, and therefore we really need them. In the lab, we normally talk of attention to detail and accuracy. Remember, if you say today somebody has cancer, through wrong diagnosis, you are subjecting this person to medication which they should not be taking. Therefore, in this career, we normally talk of attention to detail. You have to be very keen on what you're doing, and you have to be accurate with the results that you're releasing. Of course, you have to have strong analytical skills and, of course, problem-solving skills, and have proficiency in the technical work that we learn in school. Have knowledge on safety protocols, because it's also a risky area where you can acquire these infections. And of course, have effective communication and teamwork skills, because again, in the lab, we do not work alone. We require doctors, we require nurses, so we require pharmacists. For this patient to get help, we require all those people. So you need the teamwork component, and you also need the teamwork. So if we go to my next slide, I would love to talk of career opportunities in this field. This is a field that sometimes back when we were growing, we could not hear about it. But right now, there is a lot that you can do while you are a trained lab technologist or lab scientist. You can work in the hospital like I'm doing. And in my journey, I've said in some part of my life, I've been a mentor, mentoring other labs on issues on quality management systems. You can also work in the education sector. I believe you have lecturers who have done this course. And I believe you can also work in management information systems, where you can be programming softwares that are in line with the lab. You can also be a biometrician. You can be a data analyst. You can also be involved in policy making in government organizations or in healthcare agencies. So it's a career that has broad opportunities for growth and diversity. But this does not mean it doesn't have challenges. And again, challenges comes with rewards. So you realize that sometimes when you go to hospital settings, you realize that you will find resource constraints, workload is high and staff shortages, technology gaps, funding, safety and self-protection, exposure to risks. But again, go to the next slide. Again, these challenges comes with rewards. And some part of the rewards is that there is growing demand for diagnostic services. Remember, we've said that the doctor cannot make any decision on a patient without the lab report, because they need to know what they are dealing with. Of course, the rewards, there is a lot of technological advancements, increased emphasis on disease surveillance and research, specialization, and career growth. So if I would talk briefly on career opportunities and specializations, those people that are doing the medical laboratory sciences, just as I said, you can work in the labs, you can work in research areas, you can work in blood banking, you can work in histology, cytology centers, you can work in molecular labs, and again, you can venture into research, you can work with government agencies as an advisor, as a consultant, as a policy maker. You can work, you can explore. And so that means the job market and demand is still very high. Therefore, this job market, of course, comes about because of our aging population. We need to get out of work through retire, so that young people can come in. Of course, this job market is growing rapidly because of the advances in molecular biology, genetics, and of course, there is a lot of expansion in the preventive care. If you look around in the country today, there is a lot of public awareness creation about health. And so all this involves routine screening, routine testing, and therefore it means that as long as you are qualified, as long as you have a will, you will always have a way out. I would want to finalize, but before I finalize, I have a call to action to each and every one of us. The image says that the future is bright. The future is bright. What does that mean? There is hope in the future. At times we are told there is no job out there. But I'm here to tell you that the future is bright, and all you need to do is that you need to develop the key skills. You need to make sure that you explore all the possible opportunities out there in your career or besides your career. You also need to connect with professionals for mentorship. I've had people talk to us here. They are rich in knowledge, they are rich in skills, they have walked to many places, they have seen a lot in their years of experience. If at all we can just engage them so that we can get the mentorship and the right direction in our career paths, I believe we shall have rewarding careers. The career demands, there is something that we call career demands. This applies to every one of us, whether you are doing medical lab, whether you are doing any other course. It applies to each and every one of us. That in every career, it demands for your sharpening of skills. You have to keep sharpening your skills. And how do you do that? Through commitment and precision. Whatever you are doing, whatever course you are doing, whatever you inspire to be, make sure that you keep sharpening your skills in that area. And as you sharpen your skills, this can only be done through commitment. This can only be done through precision. Once you meet the career demands, you shall be able to grow and advance. How do you grow? You would grow through curiosity. You want to know what happens. How do I do this? And that is what I normally tell the students that we receive in our labs, that don't sit back and wait for me to come to you. It's you to look for information from me. I might be busy for you, but you have time, you have an opportunity to look for that information. Of course, there needs to be persistence. And another thing I normally keep telling them is that you have to make a difference. You have to be unique, be noticeable, be available, place yourself strategically. Is it so, Eric? Yes, that is what we normally say for us to grow and advance in our careers. And what will be the rewards at the end of the day? We shall have the career fulfillment. We shall be personally comfortable with the work that you're doing in day-to-day life. And of course, you shall be so impactful. You shall be impactful to the society and to the people around you. That is why I'm saying the future is bright and it's full of opportunities, but there is things that you need to do, you as a student, for you to make sure that you meet your career demands, that you make sure you grow and advance so that you can have the rewards, which is professional fulfillment, which is personal comfort, and of course you remain relevant and impactful to the society that you're living in. I would love to give a short information about myself. When we were learning, there wasn't a lot of technology advancement, and I started with a diploma. During my course, that is the time the KMLTTB board came in. Those who work in the lab, those who are doing the MLS knows that. And we really struggled. We are the pioneers of the board. And that means my diploma took 5 years instead of 3 years. And I never gave up. And that is why I said one of the career demands is persistence. It got to a point that my parents could tell me to switch the course, because they felt like I'm struggling for nothing and there are so many other options. So they could insist that I take teaching. But I told them, until I'm told I'm not able to complete this course because I do not qualify, I won't drop it. So I persisted and I got my diploma. After my diploma, I got my first job and then I enrolled for higher diploma. You are lucky you've gotten into a straight degree. Some of us have gone through the staircase of life, but again in the lab we normally say it's all about continual improvement. There is no perfectionism in life. We normally improve day by day. And I can appreciate the words of our guest speaker, that as long as you can see, you will be able to fulfill your desire. Therefore, I never gave up, I never changed the course, but in my first private job, of course, you earn so little money, but I managed to do my higher diploma, and I could work at night for me to get transport to go to class, which is an 8 to 5 class, Monday to Friday. So it wasn't easy. So I got that, and then I went to my degree, and we are still pursuing. This is just to encourage any one of you there. You may be struggling for one reason or the other, but as long as you can see what the future holds, the bright future we have talked about, you shall attain your destiny and you shall get the fulfillment, and of course, you shall diversify your career and you shall be very impactful. Where there is a desire, there is a way. Keep pressing on. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Monica. Where are you? Now, Madam Dean, with your permission, we are having the first year of Wairegi to give us a poem on career fair. After that, I will call upon Gadungu to give us 1 minute remarks to the comrades, and then Dr. Joyce Gachoki will close this with the word of. So, Wairegi.
Wariga Mary, a first-year student, take biochemistry and molecular biology, and I would like you to be part of this career week. And what I'm going to be talking about is the beauty in the difference. So come along with me. Just peep in, and you might as well notice the difference. Just peep in, and you might misunderstand the accent, the scent, the love, the hate. The beauty is all in the blend. Well, you might as well ask yourself, God isn't crazy after all. Maybe I am. Maybe I am the difference. Just as the trees' branches are different, or tea just a beverage, that's the difference. We all find beauty in the difference. Well, we all need we all need for the beauty of the universe. We all need that is why we have professors. We all need that is why we have sisters. We all need that is why we have engineers. We all need that is why we have doctors. Well, all of us are sick, but some are the doctors. All of us are listeners. Well, I am the orator. All of us are eaters. Well, we have the chefs. All of us are sinners, but at the end of the day, we have the pastors. Well, the beauty is in the difference. The beauty is in the difference. That is why you came in here today to listen to the speaker. That is why you are the listener and I am the orator. The beauty is in the difference. There is beauty in being employed, and there is beauty in being the employer. There is beauty in being an entrepreneur, and there is beauty in being the doctor. Well, all of this is what makes us. That is why we as Jkuat, we are leading in making the difference. And that is why we have more than 43 departments. And I repeat, 43 departments. That is why we have, you might be taking journalism, you might be taking information technology, you might be taking computer science, and I am taking biochemistry. But at the end of the day, the beauty is in the difference. And when we get the relevance of these, Just like Friday needs Thursday, I need you. You need me. We for the universe to be a perfect place. And that is why the beauty is in the difference. I don't know if you are going along with me. You are taking journalism. I am taking medicine. The beauty is in the difference. Just like today I came to present, they just sent me this thing 5 minutes ago. The beauty is in the difference. I was directed by our very own patron. It was written by some other person who is the chairperson of drama. The beauty is in the difference. What if I wrote, I directed, and I also said it by myself? You couldn't see the beauty, but now you see the beauty because the beauty is in the difference. We are all gifted differently. We all have our own abilities. That is why I present this piece to you, as ragged as it might look. But just know that the beauty is in the difference. Welcome to the Career Week 2024. Thank you.
Upon Kadongo to come on up in front here to give one remark or so, I'll also ask Dr. Joyce Gachoki to be on standby so that the matron of Jkuat-Edge, so that she will close this morning session with a word of prayer. But before Gadungu speaks, I want to insist our Jkuat students, especially the class reps and the school reps, this career fair is yours. You need to own it. Hebu tujipigie makofi kwanza. And we also have to appreciate our Dean of Students, Professor Wanzala. Makofi yake iko wapi? It has not been easy, and the entire Dean of Students office and the entire main committee for planning this. It has not been easy, and so I'm kindly requesting the school reps and the class reps, please let us take advantage of this career fair. From tomorrow we shall be having, and this program is online, so that you are able to see which day is your school. Like tomorrow we are having Cohred. I expect students from Cohred school and the class reps and the school reps to marshal all the students to come and witness and learn and network. Take advantage of this opportunity. At the same time, we've got exhibition in the afternoon. After lunch, we all go and visit the exhibition, ask questions, and I'm sure you'll be able to gain a lot of knowledge out of this. So Gadungu, come in, say something, then I will be asking Dr. Joyce Gachoki to come to close with a word of prayer. Karibu sana.
Yes, thank you so much, Elisha. Comrades power. Comrades power. Kwani amjakula mnasikia njaa? Wow. It is being sorted out. Comrades power. Mnakanya mko na njaa. Comrades edge. Comrades edge. Comrades career fair. Yes, so thank you very much. All protocols observed. My name is Kadongo William. I'm my 5th year, first semester, pursuing Bachelor of Science in Mechatronics Engineering, and also I'm privileged to serve as the Academic Affairs Secretary of Jkuat-Edge. And mine here is to thank all of us, comrades, for showing up. I know we have the strike going on of the lecturers, but for the 3 days that we are here, let's mobilize our fellow comrades to come. This is a student affair. It is a student event. It is to benefit all of us. Since our comrades. Yes, so continue mobilizing. Call even your caretakers. Call your landlords. Since our call those comrades. Call those who are at home to come. And if they are not within the school, let them join online. Since our yes, otherwise, thank you very much. And apologies for the delay, but tomorrow we will be here, we will be strong for Cohred let's purpose to attend and to come. Then on Thursday, we'll have the Jkuat-Edge. Let's mobilize those Jkuat-Edge students to come and grace the events. And as you have heard, we have the exhibitions happening in Pavilion. Let's also mobilize our friends to come and see the innovations that we have. And it will be fruitful. And we also hope, comrades Masomo. Yes, we hope the lecturers will resume to teach us because we are here for academics. And we hope that next week, if possible, they will return and so that we cannot interfere with our calendar. And with those few and many remarks, may God bless us and do you good. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. All protocols observed. Dr. Azala, Elisha, thank you very much for having this career fair for the students. Modoni Gashoki is my name, from the Department of Medical Lab Sciences in COHES. I'm the matron for Jkuat-Edge Club in our department, and I take welfare of students passionately. So it's not about teaching. You also have to engage them. We normally have, just allow me to, just a few things. We normally have a few things that we arrange for our students. For example, in a week's time, we'll be going for a conference for all medical lab students in Kenya. That will be in Murang'a University. So we'll be accompanying them there. We normally go for games. So students, take up. It's not just about education, engage elsewhere. Thank you. I've been given this chance just to pray, and that is what exactly I will do. So let's all rise up and pray. For the Catholics, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord God, we come before you this afternoon, thanking you for the gift of life, and thanking you, Lord, for this day. We thank you for this university. We thank you for our students, and we thank you for the leadership of this university. As we officially open the Jkuat-Edge career fair this week, we thank you, and we hope that we are going to have a smooth running the whole of this week in good health. As we depart for lunch and our places of work, be with us and bless each and every one of us. Bless our visitors that you came all the way to grace this occasion. And now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Now there is good news. Comrades, don't leave. There is refreshments coming in. We are going to serve in sodas and etc. So comrades, don't move. That's the word I've just been given now. At this juncture, I will ask Professor and the invited guests. I think Patrick will guide to where you are supposed to go. And comrades, mnaweza kukaa ndani ili soda muweza kuletewa. Most importantly, tomorrow kindly gather, network, bring your comrades, and let us feel and let us take advantage at the exhibition at the pavilion. Asante sana kwa kuja. Thank you also those on social media for following us up. Thank you. Jkuat. Shem and the team, Kigen, Diana, and the communication. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. Asante.
Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology is a leading public university in Kenya located in Juja town, 36 kilometers northeast of Nairobi. JKU-Art has carved a niche for herself in Kenya and the region as a center of global excellence in the fields of agriculture, engineering, technology, enterprise development, built environment, health sciences, social sciences, and applied sciences. JKU-Art has 5 colleges offering over 400 academic programs. The colleges of Engineering and Technology, Health Sciences, Pure and Applied Sciences, agriculture and natural resources, and human resource development. To apply as a self-sponsored student, visit our admission website admission.jkuart.ac.ke for any queries. Feel free to call our contact center on 0709 715 815. You can also reach us through our social media platforms at Discover JKU Art on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Email customercare@jkuart.ac.ke or check out our YouTube channel at Discover JKU Art. JKU Art, setting trends in higher education research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Karibu JKU Art.